friends and family. Today was a very unexpected video, so I don't know if I have much to talk about besides everything at all. So hi, we're gonna do a get ready with me. I'm so excited. I have a note in my phone that kind of gives me like a few topics that I have been wanting to talk about on here, but honestly, I'm not prepared for any of them, so we're just gonna wing it and we're gonna see how it goes. And yeah, so get ready with me for nothing because I'm literally just staying home tonight, but I enjoy getting ready. So yeah, I had originally seen one of my notes and it said it said something along the line, sorry, I'm not a multitasker as you can tell. It said something along the lines of I'm not lucky, I'm delusional. And that is literally how I run my life. Like I guess you could say I'm lucky, but the reason why I'm lucky is because I literally just have this unshakable faith that like everything is working out for me and everything is like working out in my favor and like it's happening for me, not to me. And like even the worst things that could happen, like there's times where like just bad things happen. Like I either lose a lot of money or like let's say I lose some glasses and I'm just like, oh well, whatever, like the next person will enjoy them more than I will, or like the next person will need it more than I will. And it's like I never take a loss and I don't see it as that. I see it as like someone else's win, which is still my win. You know, it's like instead of me being like, oh damn, I lost this, like, oh well, now somebody's gonna be really happy. I kind of shift the perspective. So I turn it into a positive, even if it's not for me. As long as it's a positive in general, it kind of like overrides the negative emotion that it originally had. Because if we sit and think about all the things that are wrong and like we're just complaining and that are not working out in my favor, I can literally name a billion things that are not working out in my favor. But I choose not to focus on that and I choose to be delusional. And this part's always funny. And I choose to be delusional and I choose to just see it from a different perspective, which allows the world to bring me more positive things, even if that's not what's in my plate right now, because whatever it brings, I'm going to see it from a good, positive lens. So whatever it is, I'm going to find a way to flip it so that it helps me navigate the situation better without being bitter or upset or, you know, even guilting myself, because anybody could be like, oh, I lost that because I was being like irresponsible, or I lost that because, okay, maybe you had to take accountability, cool, but also don't beat yourself up. You have to be nice to yourself. We have to treat ourselves how we would people that we love. My God. And there is this beautiful thing that I saw the other day, and it pretty much just said like, treat yourself how you would a best friend or a loved one. And I thought about all the times, I don't know how this is gonna look, to be honest. I usually just do this one, but we're switching it up today. And yeah, it's an experiment. I don't know if I'm feeling it, but we can for sure try. So I saw this beautiful thing that said something along the lines of, treat yourself as you would a best friend or someone you love. So I know, at least for me, treating somebody I love and like a best friend is always going to come with so much respect, love, and patience. And I was not extending that love and patience to myself. I would have these unrealistic standards and expectations for myself that I wouldn't hold my loved ones to, and I wouldn't give myself grace. It would be like, oh, well, you had to accomplish that, or oh, well, you had to go to the gym. Like, I mean, yeah, kind of. And that's also what helped, like that, like the you have to mentality, but also give yourself grace, because you really don't have to do anything. You can literally just stay in bed and rot there, and then that would be easier. But no, you're not choosing the easy route. And so you give yourself some grace, which is how you would treat your loved ones. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, if you change the way that you treat yourself and you change the way that you treat other people, your whole life literally changes. Because if you change either or, it affects the other one. If you change how you treat yourself, it's going to change how you treat other people and even how other people feel around you. Or same vice versa. If you change the way you treat other people, it's going to change the way that you treat yourself, because at some point it's going to click in your brain like, damn, I'm being so patient and I'm being so kind and understanding to the people around me. Like, that has to extend to myself, because at the end of the day, you're with you all the time. All the time. You have to make sure you're a friend to yourself. You know, we grow up, at least I did, like being an enemy with myself, that anything I did wrong or I was just not, I would beat myself up. Like, why do I deserve that? And I mean, I wouldn't even treat my friends that way. So why am I treating myself that way? I have to treat myself with love, patience, kindness, understanding. And you even look differently. You carry yourself differently. Like, everything changes. Everything changes. Your inner dialogue, what you attract, because now it is different. You're projecting yourself from excuse me, I had to burp, but it didn't come out. You are showing yourself to the world from a place of love, rather than insecurity, and rather than you doubting yourself, from self-doubt. Like, you present yourself to the world differently, and you also attract differently. Like, there's so many times that I am able to, like, consciously, I don't know if I'm feeling these lashes, but it is what it is, that I'm able to, like, consciously see what I attract into my life, because I am the way that I am, and it makes me so happy. Like, I literally attract the most beautiful, like, cute, sweet things. Like, for example, today I was on a walk, and, you know, people usually just have their headphones on and, like, they barely look, or they just look down, whatever. And I'm the one that's gonna walk by you and be like, good afternoon, you know, or good morning. Like, that's me. I mean, as long as I'm in a good mood, right? Which is 80% of the time. So today I'm walking by, right? And there's this girl, and you know what I always think about? I mean, this is also an extreme, right? Because of, I mean, what are the chances of this, right? But this is also what I keep in mind when I do things like this, and I feel like called and pulled to do things like this because it makes me feel good. I literally just always think in my head, like, yeah, I'm doing it for me, but what are the chances? And hear me out. I know this is an intense, like, example, but just so, this is my brain, I don't know why. What are the chances that this person left their house today and goes like, God, like, give me a reason to, like, live? Or, like, God, like, show me that there's still, like, nice people in the world? Or just, like, what are the chances that this person needed this more than it costed you to, like, give it to them, right? So just be a normal, kind human being, right? Because that's really it. You're not taking yourself out of character. You're not putting yourself in a vulnerable situation. You're literally just being a nice human. So I always think about that in the back of my head. I was like, damn, like, what if my words were the ones that they needed to hear in order to be saved? And of course, that's like an extreme level, but it's kind of like also what pushes me, like, hey, like, you could be a good person. Like, it might make somebody's day, maybe not save their life, you know, that's like, you know, very extreme, but it might make their day. And so I was walking today, and there was this girl walking by me, and at first, you know, we both look a little intimidating, because, you know, when you're walking, you're just by yourself, you're like this, you know, just like plain face. You're not even walking around like this. Although sometimes I do, because my body just has to release the happiness that I feel. But when people are around, I try not to look so creepy, because I don't want to scare the people too, you know what I'm saying? So there was this girl walking by, and as she's getting closer, of course, she's like looking down on her phone, and I take off my headphones, and I'm like, hi, good afternoon. And then she goes, hi, good afternoon. And then we just, you know, whatever, put back our headphones, and then we keep walking. And then I see her again, and then I was just like, you know, instead of like me ignoring her, like looking down, which is like the natural instinct to do, because like, oh, I already said hi to you, like, you know, I'm just gonna look down. And like, I saw her automatically looking down when like she saw me again on our walk, and instead of me like looking down or like ignoring her, I was literally like, hi again. And then we literally like laughed, like we both chuckled at each other, and then we just kept it moving. And I was like, what a sweet moment to share. Like, that honestly made my day. Like, even if it didn't make her day, at least it was like a fun little giggle for us girls. Like, it was really cute, and I wouldn't have had that experience if it wasn't for me getting outside of my comfort zone, and also me being okay with rejection, because there was a chance that she would have just like ignored me or just went, you know, like, there always is that option. But there's also the option of somebody being kind back, and somebody making your day as much as you make theirs. And even then, I posted this thing the other day that said something along the lines, it said, what we give doesn't always return, but what we give is always what we are. So regardless of their reaction and regardless of what I get back of the situation, it's not going to change who I am as a person. And so that's why I also don't care, and I don't think about like what happens after or what's going to come after, because regardless, I'm still going to be me and I'm still going to be fine. And I don't take nothing personal. Like, let's say it would have gone a different route, which this happens too. It's not like it doesn't happen, right? Let's say I'm being myself, whatever, and I'm like, hi, good afternoon. And then they kind of just like, and they keep walking. I was like, oh, okay. And then I kind of just do a little prayer for them. I'm like, oh, like, may God help them have a better day, because you never know what people are going through, right? And that's why I don't take nothing personal. What are the chances that they just have like the worst day of their life? Like, or what are the chances that they just don't like people? Like, they have gone through so many bad and sad experiences with humans that I've met people who hate people, that they just were not feeling it. They were not feeling it. And it has nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with me at all. I'm still gonna be me. And I'm able to step out of my body in those situations and kind of look at it from a rational point of view. Like, damn, like if I was having a bad day too and somebody came up to me talking about, hi, good afternoon, I'd be like, bitch, please, like, for real, like keep that positivity away from me, you know? So I'm very compassionate, but I'm also myself. And so that was a beautiful moment today. I feel like I wanted to talk about other things, but in the meantime, we will just, oh, you know what I forgot to put on primer. My body and soul would not have allowed me to continue without primer, so I just went to the bathroom. I washed everything off, and so here's the primer. And I even went back on the video. I was like, did I put on the primer? But no, I had not put on the primer. So good thing that I washed my face. And this really makes a big difference. If it didn't make a big difference, I wouldn't care. But wow, like how the makeup sits and how it lasts, it makes such a difference that it's worth like wiping off the makeup and doing it again. Another thing that I was thinking about just now while I had that little intermission, which is a good message that I could discuss, that I can talk from experience as well, is you have to teach people how to treat you, right? Just like you have to teach yourself how to treat you. Like, these are things that we're constantly learning, and we're constantly creating and making new boundaries for ourselves. And so you have to be the one to say, oh, I'm okay with this, and oh, I'm not okay with this, and act accordingly, right? Or else you're going to keep self-sabotaging, and you're not going to make little you proud or feel heard, because you're not going to feel taken care of at all. Like, if you're not taking care of you and you're not defending you, then who's doing it for you? You have to be the one who does it. So I have a really good example. Oh my God, I'm so proud of me. I'm so proud of me. And like, because it does take a lot of growth to be able to like reflect and to be able to like speak up when you were taught not to speak up. So there was one time in my job that we were messing around. Like, we were making a joke, or I forgot what it was, like just messing around at work, right? It was me and the dishwasher, right? And we're just like, ha ha ha, giggling it up, whatever. And then his hands were wet, like from the water. And he goes like this to me, right? And I had to like, I just, mind you, this close, like I got splashed, and I wear makeup. And like, there's just things that like, don't get me wrong, we could joke around, we could laugh and giggle and chuckle, but when it gets physical, because to me that's physical, because it is, you're physically throwing water in my face, and it's physically landing on me, and it's physically ruining my makeup. So in that moment, like, also I've gotten much better at this. The old me would have reacted and been like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But the new me is able to take a deep, and this goes with everything, right? Anything that like kind of triggers me, I'm able to take a deep breath always and not react in that moment, because I know that if I react in that moment, it's not going to be cute or classy. And we don't want to not be cute or classy. So I'm gonna take that deep breath. So I took a deep breath and I left, right? I left the situation, I went back to the front. I was like, and in my head, of course, I'm trying to process what just happened and why it bothered me so much, because all I felt was just like, you know, like that adrenaline rush, like when you're pissed, like I just felt that going through my body. And I was like, I mean, he didn't do it to disrespect me. Like, he was doing it trying to be funny, whatever, like thinking that like you know, like we're on the same vibe, but we definitely were not at all. Like, you're not gonna fucking splash water on me, and it's not gonna be okay. So I took a few minutes to kind of like sit on it and think about it and be like, okay, well, why did it bother me so much? Like, okay, should I have said something right away? Like, and then you kind of like talk to yourself, and it's like, no, Maria, like you handled that perfectly. Like, now think of a way that you could say something respectfully, because you don't want to be disrespectful, of course, but setting your boundary in a firm way, right? So now I'm finding ways to communicate my boundaries. Oh, there's a hair somewhere. Oh, it's right here. So now I'm finding ways to communicate my boundaries so that I feel spoken up for myself, and in a way that also lets people know, like, hey, you can't do that to me. And this is like a make it or break it thing, right? So I thought about it. Tell me how I'm thinking about it. And I literally swear to you guys, I was like, oh, next time that he does it, I'll say something, right? Or I was like, oh yeah, like next time. And in my head, I was already plotting like what to say, right? And I very respectful. Like in my head, I was just plotting like, hey, like I don't like, we could joke around, we could, you know, laugh it out. But when it comes to you throwing like water on my face or anything physical for that matter, like, mind you, I work in customer service, so it's not to be shallow, but my face is really important. Like, that's what people see. That's when they're like, oh my God, your makeup is so pretty. Da, 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 da. Like, it creates conversation. It's like, but if I go to a customer and my face is all like splashed and I have mascara dripping everywhere, it's not a good image for me or for the company, right? So I don't do that. I'm very presentable always. So long story short, I was thinking about a way to respectfully say that and set down my boundary without disrespecting him and without putting myself in an image that isn't me, because I'm not a B word and I'm not mean, but I do have boundaries and I do respect myself, and so you're gonna respect me too. So as I was literally thinking of a way to say it, you know, I'm mid-work, like I'm also working a whole shift, like my brain is somewhere else too, and then I'm like, okay, like how can I react, da, da, da. And I was like, well, I'm definitely gonna say something, right? And I was like, oh, something along the lines of just like, oh, you know, like I don't like when you do that, or oh, hey, you can't do that, whatever. Tell me how that same day, and this is crazy because this is literally God, right? My other coworker, mind you, me and the other coworker had been working together for 3 years, and he had never thrown water in my face ever. And we always joke around, we always laugh. Like, mind you, we spend a lot of time with these people. And this particular day, the other coworker who's been there for like 3 years, we were laughing and whatever, and I forgot what it was. And he was also washing his hands, and then he was like this to me. The same day, within a few hours. And in that moment, I knew, I was like, damn, God is making me stand up for myself. Excuse me. God is making me stand up for myself, and God is literally putting me in an uncomfortable situation because I asked him to help me be firm in making my boundaries and be able to like have a voice and create my voice. And so God is putting me in situations that I can do that, right? Literally right after that had never happened, and I'm able to see this and like be like, wow, like this is literally God. Like, don't get me wrong, it sucks and whatever, but it's like, how else am I gonna learn this lesson of, hey, speak up for yourself if I'm not put to the test? I can only practice so much in my house. I can only read so many books. Like, I actually have to like do field work, you know, when it comes to things about self-growth. So when that happened, I knew exactly what it was. I was like, okay, like God is testing me. Like, this is my little test. Like, there's definitely something I can learn from this, whatever. So I took a deep breath, right? I took another deep breath. Mind you, 2 deep breaths in one day. Oh my God. Old me would have handled that so differently. Like, and of course, your natural instinct too is just to grab that water and just, you know, but the new me and the person who I'm creating, I was like, no, that's not gonna solve anything. Cute, classy, collected. Took a deep breath, I relaxed, and I went to talk to myself, and I was like, okay, how do I want to handle this, and what is the most graceful way that I can handle this while setting my boundary and while making myself be respected? By having a conversation with them like adults, right? Because we're all adults, you know, we all understand basic human language, we all communicate. Like, the best thing for me to do is just to talk to them like adults, and then if it happens again, then that's a whole different problem, and then I'll get whoever else needs to be involved, and then we'll handle it from there. But my point of action now and what I have control over is how I tell them that they can treat me and what I allow, right? So I grabbed them both together and I told them both, I was like, hey, can you guys come here? I need to talk to you both. Mind you, just me, nobody else, no support, no nothing. It was so good. I'm so proud of me. I did so good. And so I grabbed both of them and I was like, hey, both of you come here. I just want to talk to you guys really quick. And I literally told them the same thing. I was like, hey, like, I know we joke around. Like, I know we hee hee ha ha. Like, it's, you know, we spend a lot of time together, whatever. And we're very open with each other. We're always laughing. We're always making jokes. But when it comes to you guys getting physical with me and you guys throwing water in my face, I am not okay with that. And I explained to them why I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it because I have to go in front of these customers. I have to show my face. It's like part of who I am, you know, just always having, you know, a cute little face. Like, I feel really good with it. And it's like, nobody's gonna come in and ruin that, right? Especially like, you wouldn't want me throwing water or oil in your face. Like, why do I deserve that? You know? So I set my boundary very firm. And then I remember as soon as I said it, I was like, the first thing I said was like, oh, I don't want you guys throwing water in my face. And then one of the guys, the second guy who I've been friends with for like 3 years, or coworkers with for 3 years, I mean, we're kind of friends and family, but whatever. He literally goes, yeah. And then he starts walking away. I was like, get the fuck over here. Like, where the hell are you going? Like, I am not done talking. You're going to respect me. I said it way nicer, though. I was like, yeah, I'm not done talking. And then he stayed right there. Because what do you think this is? Like, you're going to hear me out. You're going to respect me. Just like if you have something to say, I would respect you and I would hear you out. And I always say that. I'm like, I'm going to treat you with the same respect that you treat me. So if you want me to disrespect you, go ahead and walk away. Otherwise, stay right here and listen. Because anybody who kind of cares about you or who spends time with you and who just normally respects you is gonna make 2 minutes for you to hear you out. But you have to be the one to set that boundary, right? So whatever, I sat them down and then they said, oh, okay, yeah, like, we didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Just like, don't let it happen again. Like, it already happened. You can't apologize for something that already happened, but don't let it happen again. That's my thing. And oh my God, that was like one of the first times that I can, like, this is super recent too. That was one of the first times that I can like consciously remember me. I'm starting to think I look better with no makeup too, but whatever. That's one of the times that I consciously was like, I'm gonna set this boundary because otherwise I am accepting things that I am not okay with and I don't deserve that. And I remember the first thing I thought about after I put that boundary down, I was just like thinking to myself and I was just smiling because I was like I pictured like an old picture of me, like from when I was like 8 years old or like 9 years old, like when I didn't have a voice and like when I couldn't stand up for myself. And it was just like a whole 360 moment to now where I'm like, no, this is what I'm gonna accept and this is what I'm not gonna accept. And I was just so proud of me, like. And even that goes with everything. Like, whenever I feel like a boundary is being crossed or whenever I feel like I'm being treated in an unjust way or something that I don't deserve, I'm always gonna speak up. My powder's in my room, so I have to go to my room. Also, my stand is really funny today, like how I'm holding up my phone. I usually have a ring light, but since I'm moving, everything is in boxes. And I don't fully know where my ring light is at the moment. So it's so innovative though. So I used my tissue stand and I put the phone right here and it's literally perfect. I don't know why I haven't thought about that before, but it was so innovative of me. So yeah, speak up. Otherwise people won't know how to treat you. And you will just accept what is given to you, and you don't have to accept what is given to you. You also have control and you have a choice and you have a voice as to how people treat you. And let's say worst case scenario, they would have like been disrespectful. Okay, then you get to choose what action you react with after that. They will lose access to you. They will no longer get to joke with you. Like, they will be losing something, right? And you always have to keep this in mind. Like, they will be losing something. Maybe you will too if it was like a friendship for many years and you guys had like a really good bond, but otherwise it's their loss. And yes, I am moving after a year of, 15 months. So like a year and 3 months of living alone. I'm moving. And the reason why I left in the first place was because, I've talked about this before, but it was because my parents, I feel like they disrespected me. And you see how I am literally like living my truth. Like the things I talk about are literally the way I lead my life. Like everything I talk about is literally from experience, and it's who I genuinely am. And so if I gotta move out of my house to be respected and go struggle and live by myself and not talk to anybody, then I will do that. And I will do that and be so at peace and feel so respected because I hold myself to that standard. And you know what happens? When you hold yourself to that standard, everyone else does too. Now, all of a sudden, my parents are telling my cousins, oh yeah, Maria is such a great woman. We respect her so much. Yeah, you respect me because I put myself in a position to be respected, and I would never put myself in a situation that is okay for anybody to disrespect me, even my mom or my dad. And it's beautiful because you see how like the world is a whole 360. Like now they respect me and now they treat me well and they say thank you and they say please, but it's because I had to like be the one to teach them these things. They don't like naturally come with this already. Like I know how to treat her. I am the one that's teaching them how to treat me. And that goes with friends, that goes with family, with whomever. Like you have to be the one to teach people how to treat you. Otherwise, it's just going to be default. However they treat themselves and however they treat everyone around them is exactly how they're going to treat you. But just because you mistreat yourself and just because you mistreat your family and your loved ones does not mean that you're going to come to me and you're going to treat me as such. That is not what I will allow. And if you think that's okay, then you can go ahead and treat other people that way. I will walk away. I will walk away and I will be so happy because I know that I have created peace for myself in my life with just me and my company. So if anybody's gonna come around, it's going to be to add to that peace and to add to my happiness and to add something of value. Why in the world would I want someone around me that's gonna disrespect me, and not treat me good? Like why would my logical mind would I want? Oh my God, I shouldn't have drank that sparkling pop soda before this video. But anyways, why would I want that? Like, what do I hate myself? Like, why the hell would I want that? Like, am I crazy? Like, am I dying for just somebody to physically be there, to be mistreating me and allow them to mistreat me? Like, I'm a silly, goofy girl? I'm not a silly, goofy girl. I'm a very smart, intelligent, worthy, kind, beautiful woman. So I'm going to carry myself as such. So yeah, the thing about that is that first you have to know who you are. And honestly, when it came to me and my worth, I had to lie to myself a million times before I actually believed it. 444. As I was looking at my camera saying that, oh, I love God. Yes, I literally lied to myself 100 times before I actually believed it. And that came with me being nice and patient to myself. Instead of me looking in the mirror and being like, oh, you're fat today, I was like, I used the context that I just told you guys about, oh, how would I talk to a best friend, right? So I thought of myself as a best friend and I would look in the mirror, and the days that I would want to be like, oh, you're so fat, or oh, you look so bad today, I would be like, would I ever tell my best friend that? Like, even on her worst days, I would never, ever, my brain can't even create the thought of the fact that she could ever look bad or be fat or like, just anything negative. Like, I mean, unless she's like really gaining on the weight, I'm gonna be a little honest. But besides that, I kept it like honest and kind with myself, and that eventually became my reality. Like, I literally had to lie to myself. Even on the days that like I didn't feel good, I would kind of just wake up and be like, yes, you feel bad. Yes, maybe today is not your day, but let's think of everything that's going right. Right? I mean, there's so many things. You have a home, you created this space for yourself, you're healthy, you have work, you have health, you have food, you have money. Like, you're literally so blessed. And so although I validate the other things that are maybe not so positive right now, whether it be my body, whether it be how I feel, I kind of also put some like realism into it. And then if I could put an action towards the negative, than I do, right? So let's say one day I wake up feeling a little bloated, or I wake up just feeling like a little chubby or whatever. I have control over that. So then that day I am going to make time and I'm going to prioritize to move my body and to go work out and to feel better, so that that night I'm able to go to sleep and be like, well, I did something for me today and it feels so good. And in that way, you're taking care of yourself as well as the verbal. So you physically taking care of yourself, showing up for yourself, and on top of that, you are also verbally telling yourself sweet things. Like, you're literally unstoppable. You are unstoppable. So yeah, that's how I live my life. Also, I cut my hair. It was just time. Like, it was time. It was like a little bit unhealthy, and it was just time. I have a few short pieces in the front too, you see, like right here. And I kind of just want them to grow all together. And I was like, it's a new chapter. I didn't think it was a new year, because honestly, I don't know if I believe in that too much. Like, yeah, it is a new year, but like also every day is a new day. So like, I don't have to wait for a year to be a new person. So yeah, it was just time, and the right time and the right place. So, but thank you guys for spending these few minutes with me and being here for my ramble. And yeah, that's about it.